Hello everyone, and welcome to a game full of warships. That's one of my replays, and I'm in the Moines at your 10 US cruiser. I'm on my Land of Fire. It's a 4-point domination game, and unfortunately there are 2 submarines. We escaped the carriers, but there are subs. So I'm detected here, I'm gonna pop a radar, and so far I haven't... Oh, it's a sub. Probably shouldn't have shot here, let's be honest. Because it's not gonna hit anyway. I'm going to try to follow this up with some depth charges. Right? If I hadn't shot, I would be in concealment again. But, you know. Well, we can get some shots into the rooster. So this could have gone better. Yes, it could have gone worse. I made it into the cover that I wanted to be. Now, originally, obviously wanted to be here to prevent enemy destroyers from taking this camp. It doesn't look like an enemy destroyer is around, but there is a sub. Now, there are only 2 destroyers per side. So, it's possible that the enemy DDEs have went to the other flank or something. I mean, there is somebody capping the A side. I would have expected at least 1 DD around. But hey.
Lights the water around us.
Now, there's a Buffalo coming, but the Buffalo is too late to stop us from getting the objective. There is... Oh, I got a depth charge hit. That's nice. So, I have no real idea where the sub is. I just assume it's around here somewhere. I mean, it was, right, the last time we saw it, it was coming sort of this way. And it would make sense if it tried something in the camp, I guess. The Pommern is also good. There is the sub. So, my friend is providing a smoke screen here. The problem is the Pommern is really close, right? And Pommern has Hydro, and I assume it's going to Hydro. And I'm detected. Yeah, okay, I'm Hydroed. But I was briefly detected regularly, right? And that means somebody is inside the smoke by detection range. And that means the sub is essentially on the surface. The problem is I don't know where, right? Once again, I'm trying to figure out where the sub is, and... Well, there is really no way. Unless I see a ping. So, it was last seen somewhere around here. Maybe it's just sitting here. I can raid in 20 seconds. If it's capping, it means it's on the surface. So, yeah, the hydro is still going there. I haven't been pinged yet. Oh, there it is. There it is. We just saw a ping pop. Yeah. We just saw the indication that it pinged. Of course, I still don't know in which direction it's going. It unfortunately managed to camp, and wasn't much I could do about it. Now this time I'm popping up a radar again, and obviously it's just diving, and so it can no longer be raided. But I got a lot of hits into it. It was thankfully close enough that it couldn't dive so quickly as to avoid all of my shares. Now I'm waiting, hoping that another oil spill pops up, but it's already damage count, hasn't it? So, no oil spill for me. I mean, once again, hard to say, because subs have such an incredible turning circle. Yeah, we just saw the ping here. It could have gone in either direction. Could be anywhere. Got another hit in, got another flooding, so I'm looking for an oil spill. Oil spill is there. The Buffalo is... Well, okay, it's dead. Well...
Cruiser in view.
Will I get another hit? Oh no, it's going the other way. Interesting.
Awaiting instructions.
Okay. So there are shells coming from that smoke, right? Which means a destroyer should be here too. The Pommern is finally dead, which allows me to move forward again. I obviously didn't want to brawl a Pommern, and I shot an island. So this booster is pretty broadside, and the Moines has pretty good armor piercing, especially against the cruiser. So there is a citadel. Unfortunately, the island will now stop me from doing much more.
Torpedoes on the left.
The sub is still here. Let's drop it again. Now I'm turning here mostly because I expect torpedoes from over there. And this island
My
here
torch
will
lights the
protect
water
me,
around
although
us.
nothing so far. Now I popped the hydro, and with the hydro I'm much more confident
must not
of
fail.
dodging torps. By the way, it's not going so well overall, right? The other side has pretty much fallen. We have 3 battleships cowering in our spawn instead of doing something useful. And, oh, yeah, there is an Elbing. So Hydro is still running and Elbing has slow torps, which means I should be fine. Also just ate the torp. Okay, there is the booster again. And it's relatively broadside, so I'm going to switch to armor
Our ship
piercing.
is aflame.
It's just sitting there. Okay, so that booster should be dead. Yep.
Their cruiser is done.
That booster is dead. That freaking sub is still around.
Repairs complete.
So I am popping a raider. But nothing. Which means the sub is diving. Right. And there it is. It surfaced enough briefly to be detected. So I was hoping, right, that the sub was visible earlier when I raided. Because it had no reason to be too deep down. So it might have been on the surface regenerating its dive capacity.
Submarine is no longer a threat.
Didn't work out that way, but eventually it surfaced and we got it. The brief spotting was enough, and after a long hunt, it's finally gone. Meanwhile, this is actually a pretty close game, right? So the enemy has a few more points, but we now have more objectives, and yeah, we are equal on ships. The question now is, where do I go from here? Because there are a lot of battleships remaining. But now I can just shoot at Missouri. Well, now I'm detected. So who is detecting me, right? I've shot, which means my concealment is obviously increased. It's not the Begonia. I don't think a battleship is spotting me, although the Aetam could probably be spotting me, actually. Or the Constellation. But they would probably be shooting back. Now, it could always be the sub. We do not know where the sub is. The sub could be going for B, the sub could be coming my way. Meanwhile, the Missouri is pushing, but, you know, it's pushing into fish. I can potentially, right, sit behind this island, and then hopefully the Missouri will come around broadside and I can shoot it with armor piercing. Of course, it can go through my nose, so yeah, I need to get lucky here. Okay, the Missouri is shooting somebody else and it's not looking at me yet. Missouri is turning, which makes it hard for the armor piercing. Oh yeah, there is more fish, yeah. So I knocked out the turret to prevent it from retaliating too much. And is it eating another fish? Maybe. It's forced full broadside in order to dodge the fish. And SJR got it. Nice. Now we can see the sub here, right? Where we saw the indication for a sub ping. So the sub is on its way. I should have probably tried to drop that, but I was a little bit distracted.
Torpedoes ahead of us.
Meanwhile, a Aetam comes this way.
Torpedoes on the left. My torch lights the water around
So
us.
it's getting worse. Now I have to fight the Hindenburg, a Aetam, and potentially that sub. Meanwhile, oh, there is a destroyer still that we just have. Ah, okay. So the Holland has just been spotted for the very first time, I think, right? So there is a Holland. I completely missed it, and the Holland is in B. I was already wondering who was camping them.
Torpedoes
Now
in
the
our
sub
way.
has me pinged and it has torps coming away, so I'm reversing. Now those torps will curve into the island.
Torpedoes ahead of us.
That works perfectly.
Torpedoes ahead of
And
us.
I actually got a hit on the sub. Now can we see oil? Yes.
Airborne.
Okay. So the Holland was briefly interrupted while camping, but our battleship there has been dealt with. It's it's a 4 versus 4, it looks like.
Their submarine is breaking up.
And I got the second sub. Well, finally. Now, Seaton doesn't have the best gun. Actually, Seaton might only have 380s. I'm not entirely sure. If it has 380s, it means it can't go through my nose. What it definitely does have is torpedoes. It also has good secondaries. So I'm reversing a little bit here, but I've reversed too much. It's now nose in. My hydro is running out, so those should have been the Seaton torps, right? At least from one side. It still has torps on the other side, but I'd have to turn a little bit more to use them. Yeah, I think this is going to work just fine. It's obviously on fire. Okay.
Their battleship did not hold.
Now we have 4 versus 3. And we do have more points, right? Same number of camps, but we have a points lead. There are still, well, almost 7 minutes left. Next comes the Hindenburg. It's good that the enemy constellation is so far away, because if we can fight them one-on-one, or one by one, I should say. I mean,
Our ship is aflame.
obviously I didn't fight this guy alone. I had hell, he did not. So many fish still incoming.
Repairs complete.
Well, I am detected. I'm gonna pop a radar, and I found the Holland, who came this way, maybe to back up the Hindenburg, but it's too late. The constellation is too far away to be that big of a threat. Don't actually know what kind of guns it has, to be honest. But it looks like this is turning out just fine. Then again, I don't have a hydro, and the Holland will be torping, so I'm doing a little bit of maneuvering. I'm having my nose pointed in the direction where most likely the fish is coming from.
Torpedoes in our way.
And got the Holland. Okay.
Enemy destroyer sunk.
So it torped a little bit later than I expected, but I still managed to squeeze by. Now only the constellation remains, and as usual, last remaining ship is a battleship that's too late to the party to be of use. Well, I already got the Kraken. Could have been... well, could still be a 6 kill here. Let's see. I've got the constellation on fire. Now I'm going for some armor piercing. There is a high caliber, and there is the... well, gotta say, this worked a lot better than I thought in the beginning. Got the Confederate, the High Cal, the Kraken, got all sorts of fancy medals, and 3000 base experience on top. Yeah, well, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this, and I'll see you next time.